Parvin Etesami was born in Tabriz, Iran, back in 1907. It was a time of big changes and lots of unrest. Her family was really smart and they loved learning. Parvin's dad, Yusuf Etesami, was a writer and he translated important books. Her mom was a teacher. So Parvin grew up with tons of books all around her and she loved stories. Even when she was little, Parvin loved words and how powerful they could be. Her family helped her develop her talents. Growing up, Parvin saw a lot of unfairness and how people struggled. These things shaped how she saw the world and made her want to make things better. Parvin's dad saw how talented she was and told her to keep writing. He knew her words were special and he became her teacher. She went to the iRaNiaN girls' school in Tehran, which was a really modern school that believed girls should get a good education. That was rare back then. Parvin was a great student. She learned everything about Persian and Arabic literature and read famous poets like Rumi and Hafez. When she was 19, Parvin graduated and became a teacher, sharing her love of words and helping her students learn. Parvin's poems spoke for people who couldn't speak for themselves. She wrote about women's struggles and questioned how society worked. Lots of people connected with her words because they gave them hope. She became a symbol of strength for women. She wrote about fairness, spoke out against bad treatment, and wanted everyone to be equal. Her words were strong, but also risky. Parvin didn't just write about serious stuff though. She also wrote about love, nature, and what it means to be human. All of Parvin's poems were put into a book called The Divan of Parvin. It's a super important book in Persian literature and people still read it today. The Divan has all sorts of poems. Some are beautiful and personal, while others make you think hard. They all show how amazing Parvin was with words. Her writing became famous in other countries too. Her poems were translated into lots of languages, making her a famous writer around the world. Besides the Divan, Parvin also wrote for magazines, essays, articles, and even translated books from other languages into Persian. Parvin's life wasn't always easy. She had tough times like losing people she loved and dealing with pressure from society. She got married in 1934, but it didn't last long. They divorced after just a few months, which made her very sad. Even with these hard times, Parvin stayed strong. She kept writing and using her voice to help others. Going through tough things made her understand people better, and that made her poems even stronger and more real. Parvin Etesami is one of the most important poets in Iran. She's a hero for women writers. She did things no one had done before. Her poems changed how poems were written and brought new ideas to Persian literature. She made it easier for other writers to come after her. Parvin used language in a new way, mixing traditional Persian with modern styles. This made her writing unique and strong. People still study her work in universities and talk about it today. People all over the world love her poems. Parvin Etesami's legacy is much bigger than just her poems. People remember her as a strong woman who stood up for what she believed in. Her life story is inspiring. It shows that women can overcome hard times and do amazing things. Her words still mean a lot to people today because they're about what it means to be human no matter where you come from or when you lived. Schools, libraries, and important buildings are named after her, and her picture is even on iRaNiaN money. She's a national hero. Parvin Etesami's poems are about things everyone understands: love, sadness, and trying to find meaning in life. She wrote about how important education is and how learning can make you free. What she said is super important today. Our world has lots of problems and we need people who give us hope. Parvin's words remind us that we're all connected and that we should try to make the world a better place. She inspires us to do something good. Sadly, Parvin Etesami died young in 1941, when she was only 34. It was a terrible loss. But her spirit and her words still inspire us today, and her legacy keeps growing. We can honor her by reading her poems, talking about her ideas, and sharing her story. Let's all try to live with as much passion and purpose as she did, and work to make the world fairer for everyone. Let's keep her memory alive.